Brad
Coach Ringel, where's my guy, Coach Ringel? If Coach Ringel would come to the podium real quick. Okay, if everyone could have a seat, we'll get started. A lot of you have asked what is going on here today. And this is the culmination of 5 rainy Saturdays in a row, and we squeezed it all on. It's going to rain tomorrow. So we said, hey, let's do everything on one day. But we've combined homecoming. I recently was told 10 minutes ago we have a haunted house on the 3rd floor. Safe Halloween. We had a kick line, a Pee-wee kick line clinic. Senior football day is wrapping up. We have the football game today, obviously the Hall of Fame. Oh, I had a kid on my team, Travis Sickle. His dad, Cody, used to say to me that the school should be the central hub of the community, and he was disappointed that it closed. It should be open 24 hours. And I said to him, you know, I wasn't married at the time, so I was here a lot with his son. His son would be here at 6 in the morning working. I said, listen, I got to go home at some point. We have to close the doors. But I think this is what he was talking about, having a lot of activities, organized chaos, especially for our alumni to come back, to see appreciate everybody coming and navigating through the parking lot and going through all different doors. I think we got people parked at the elementary school, in the canal. It's incredible. But before we start today, I have a lot of people to thank. This was obviously a very big effort to coordinate everything that's going on, including the Hall of Fame. But our principal, Jerry Owenberg, our athletic directors, our district athletic director, Eric Caballero, our building coordinator, Craig Papak, Mike Harrington, the Board of Ed, Scott Burson, and all the central office, our Board of Education, are the most supportive around. I tell people all the time, you're only going to be a successful coach if the kids want to win for you as much as you want to win, they want to win for themselves. And I can tell you, it's my 30th year that every time I come to this place, I want to work hard for the people I work for as well as the kids. So when you have great bosses, and they never say no to you, and they let you do whatever you want, and you do great things, it's a great place to work. So guys, thank you so much. Our CHAMP program, hope you guys got a chance to eat all the food. We have a lot of you weren't here when we had this, but we have a culinary arts program that's state-of-the-art. Mike DiGiovanni and Mary Ober run it, and it's an incredible program. They're doing this. They're constantly catering events and working long hours, and it's a pretty cool thing to watch. Brad Seidman and Cougar TV, this will be this is live. We have a YouTube link which I sent out. They'll also be able to view it when it's over. A few years ago, Steve Hunt, arguably the best wrestler in the history of New York State, wrestled for Dan Gable at the University of Iowa, was in Germany at some coffee watching the event from Germany, and I thought that was pretty cool. So our security guards have been here since 7 o'clock this morning, navigating everything. Minuteman Press, if you got a program, if you haven't got one, let me know. We're going to make some more. We had some spelling errors on the football team, so I'm going to redo that and send that out. But Minuteman Press and Merrick, John Jutt, great guy, really works well for us. Trophy Hut, Paul and Igro, all the beautiful plaques on the wall. Guy does top-notch work. It's a sight to behold when you're walking in our school now. That entranceway is it's beautiful, and we're really proud of it. And of course, none of that happens without our custodians, Justin and all his staff, especially Tom Earlett, who hung up all the plaques. Our custodians take tremendous pride in this building, and that just makes everybody's life easier when everybody's really into what we're doing. So they set up the whole courtyard. They actually built the Wall of Fame, hung up all the wood, stained the wood. The guys are real great. Florida, all over the country to come here. The football team tonight will be having that great game. Our football team at 2 o'clock is playing Mineola. We're hoping to go 4-4, which would be a great step for our program. But they won't go undefeated, so tonight we could celebrate another year of nobody being undefeated. With that being said, I'd like to introduce our principal, Mr. Jerry Owenberg.
Harrington. Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Burson. And our Athletic Director, Mr. Caballero. So, I first want to welcome you back and say, wow, look at this weather. What a day, right? I like to say, though, it's always sunny in South Belmore. And people tend to believe that unless the people sitting in these seats played a spring sport down here. If you played like lacrosse or baseball, you keep the winter gear out, softball. Winter gear stays out until maybe if you make the playoffs, you can come out in, your shorts and a T-shirt for athletics. But I do want to share, that this is just such an exciting day for us. Experience. When I became the principal of this school, a lot of people did ask, what do you want for kids? And I talked about the high school experience a lot, and I want them to have the kind of memories that I have of high school. For me, those memories, many of them came from athletics and playing 3 sports. That's not for everybody. They should find their own niche. And for some of our students, it's in music and science and the arts and whatever it is that makes them happy. And even more important, the accomplishments that you achieved in college and in your career today. So you went to and they feel like, hey, I can do that. This is exactly what I want to do. And they talk about you, and the coaches here talk about you. So as much as I want to congratulate you, even more so, I want to thank you. We have a tremendous school, and it's because we have a tremendous history. So I really hope you enjoy this day. This school has evolved tremendously, I think, since you've been here. Sometimes I talk about Henry Ford. I hope you enjoy walking around, see all these new parts of the building, including this courtyard. It is a tremendous place for our kids to go to school. So if you're still a community member, you should be really proud to be here. And if you're an alumni, I hope you're proud of your school as you walk around today. It'll be a fun day there as well. So congratulations to you, your families, and above all, thank you for inspiring the students that go to Kennedy today.
We have a team captain or a former coach that will speak about our teams. And the entire team, like the football team, your captain, and we'll talk about the team a little bit. The team plaques are already up on the wall. The individual plaques, you'll take a picture with it. But then we're going to take it back. We're going to hold you hostage a little bit because we want you to come out to the 50-yard line at halftime. You'll be the first to go. We should be done here with about 8 to 7 minutes.
November of 91.
Since November of 1991, he's been our basketball coach.
All right, a pleasure to be here, and especially to honor Larry. Larry graduated in 94. They get a program, and if anyone did not get a program, Larry for he played. We're not going to go over his accomplishments, but what I would love to say about Larry is he wasn't built like he is because Zendon Hamilton in overtime. Larry, about 6 inches shorter than Zendon Hamilton, gave him everything he could handle and led us to a great win. Now, Larry was not a great shooter, even though he will tell you differently. But Larry had an absolute, went on to Malloy, graduated obviously 30 years ago, going on 30 years ago. And what I'm proud about, as in addition to his playing career, is that I get to call this guy right here a friend. So we have been in touch ever since. And Larry, this is a hell of an honor for you, and it's just as hell of an honor for me as well.
The best days that I've had as a coach was finding out that Brendan Mills was going to choose to play volleyball. I know he had a tough choice to make between that and I think it was lacrosse at the time, And when I found out Brendan was playing volleyball, I knew we were going to be pretty good. Brendan was a monster. He was one of those pure power athletes that other teams feared. You didn't want to try and hit against him because he'd block everything, and anytime he got set, the ball was absolutely demolished. One memory of Brendan was not a back row player. Brendan played front row. But in one match,